Tired of doom scrolling? Ready to cut the shit? Local news, CNN, and MSNBC are no longer reporting what is happening in the United States of America in real time. If you want to get the real news, you need to tune in on YouTube. Like and subscribe to every single person you can when you watch their videos. We would like 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but that's not going to happen. It never does. I don't know why. Maybe it's the algorithms. Maybe you don't like my content. Right now, I don't give a fuck. Because free speech is at stake. And we need to absolutely stand up for it. Welcome to the Woke Socialist Network. We're woke. We're a socialist. We aren't falling for the okie doke. And we are not going away. Please stay tuned for the last clip at the end of this video, because it's very important. But also, if you see this video to the end, please like and subscribe, because right now we have Russian algorithms and Doge and everything else fucking up YouTube. Yes, it is the algorithms. Yes, we have terrorists on the internet. So if you want to continue to make YouTube the next bastion of free speech, like and subscribe to every video that you see and comment. That's what's going to drive it up. Because they have these bots on here that's canceling us out. And you need to flood the zone with us. Those of us who still stand for democracy. Now I have some notes. I have a problem with American society today, especially with Democrats. Now, before I discounted a lot of individuals who said now is not the time to attack the Democratic Party. But it is exactly the time. Every time we voted Nancy Pelosi back into office, she did nothing but sell us out. We had the Senate and the Congress, and their view was, and I quote her view, I did not get reelected to impeach a president. And she said that over and over and over again. Over and over again. Black politicians got elected to the Congress and the Senate. And because they were offered big money and MAGA light, they sold the American public to Donald Trump. Now, the second time that Democrats had the ability to impeach Donald Trump and hold him accountable, Merrick Garland waited 2 years before he even talked about Jack Smith. Now they threw him under the bus. This is what the Democratic Party has become. MAGA light. So on this day, I withdraw my registration as a Democrat. And many will follow. And I'll tell you why. While my icons, people that suffered, like Elijah Cummings and John Lewis, suffered through the civil rights movement. People like Nancy Pelosi and Merrick Garland and all those people that claimed that they cared about the rights of black people turned full circle after they died and became MAGA light. Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton both belong to the same AIPAC mega donors that made your prescription costs in the thousands. These are the people that are driving up Medicare, Medicaid, and insurance costs. But yet they got down on their knees at the deaths of these two black leaders and pretended to give a fuck about black people. Let me tell you something about white politicians and the people that follow them now. I'm talking about every elected black official that is in the Congress or the Senate right now is not only defying their oath to office by playing into this game, but they are becoming a disgrace to their race as black people and elected officials. Cory Booker, and Hakeem Jeffries are the culmination of the Jim Crow South. Because what they do is say what needs to be said to continue to appease white Democrats so that they don't upset Donald Trump. Because Israel, Donald Trump, and mega billionaires absolutely, positively have not only bought the Republican Party writ large, but they have also bought the Democratic Party. And I owe an absolute apology to many people that I told that they were wrong when they said that both parties are MAGA and MAGA light. They are. But let me put all of this in brass tacks that you can understand. According to a terrorist watch group. MAGA Republicans in America are the largest white supremacy group in the world and has been labeled as a terrorist organization and organized crime syndicate. This is by courts all over other countries. The United States of America is not the only country that exists. And when you understand that, you'll understand what you're up against. This is the problem with white supremacy in America. It does not work because the rest of the world is not beholden to your bullshit. And no matter what lies you tell and how many white bitches you put on TV that have been impregnated by 60-year-old men like Caroline Lovett, it's not going to change people of color who are excellent in their fields. Doctors, lawyers, polyglots, scientists. I have encountered all of these people, and yet and still, as you starve as people who voted for Donald Trump through the holidays, you still believe that this nation's little white supremacy is going to turn trillions of people against people of color. You are definitely the biggest fools. But for the fools who still think that we are in a state where we can change what is happening through rule of law, the Supreme Court, and all the wonderful luxuries that black people had back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, where you got to petition the Supreme Court for your rights. And you had a president who might be embarrassed by being a racist. We don't have that now. And people who look like me don't have the luxury of generations of wealth to leave this country because we fear for our lives. So what we say today is that we're not going any fucking where. We have nowhere to go. And in order to change this country into what you want it to be, you are going to fight millions of us. Now, before we forget where we came from, let's let this list tell us where we're going. I am going to pick up a list of dead and recite it to you, because obviously dumb motherfuckers think that billions or millions of populations around the world are willing to bow down to Donald Trump and oligarchs. But they are sorely mistaken. I'm going to recite the names of the people that have given their lives for this country and equality. And the so-called Christian nationalists and the lazy-ass motherfucking white plantation owners that were not intelligent enough to work for themselves. Instead, as now, they use verbal abuse against the people that they imprisoned, enslaved, abused, and exploited. Since the first man landed in the United States of America, he had an inferiority complex. Because white women were better than them. They couldn't work the fields of their own plantations. So they imported and belittled black people. Then they went out and had sex with black women and raped them, while their white wives were loving up on black men and having black babies. This is American history. This is how it happened. So you can do your press conferences. You can call people of color dogs. You can defame us. You can talk about Native Americans in a bad way. But the worst thing that ever happened in America, and the original sin, and the karma that will come on you, has been spewed out of your mouths too long. And we're not going to stand for it. Your problem is inferiority. Your issue is black excellence. And the low-hanging fruit right now is any white person or any Native American or any person you can claim as Trendy Aragua or from some other thing that you imagined. But we're not that fucking stupid. What you really want is us. And you're never going to get it. You stupid, racist, white motherfuckers. Now, for all of you who are thinking about continuing with this movement that you call a resistance, while you ask black people to lay down, let me give you a list of the dead people that allowed you, despite their race, this luxury as white organizers. Before I say that, Donald Trump and MAGA says that all the gun murders are perpetrated by black people. And we're just running around Washington, D.C. and every other city just murdering people. Okay, so I'm going to give you the names of the people that white people and cops killed, or black people that sucked white asses and did this to their own people. Medgar Evers, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Fred Hampton, Tyree Nichols, James Chaney, Oscar Grant, Dr. Martin Luther King, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, Eric Garner, Sonia Massey, George Floyd. Some of these names you are about to hear have never been heard on corporate media, but yet they died by white men, white guns, or white privilege. James Lionel Johnson, Owings Mills, Maryland. LaToya James, Craig Cousin. Messiah Nantwi, Marcy, New York, 2024. Wyleek Tinsley, Glenside, Pennsylvania, 2025. William Brown, Hartford, Connecticut, 2025. Christian Black, Dayton, Ohio, 2025. Tasha Grant, Cleveland, Ohio, 2025. Rashid Johnson, Aurora, Colorado, 2025. Marco Dorsey, Jeffersontown, Kentucky, 2025. Charles Adair, Kansas City, Kansas, 2025. Rajon Stubberford, Aurora, Colorado, 2025. Most of you didn't even hear of these people while we were so enthralled and doom scrolling in the MAGA bullshit. This is my reality. I don't own one dime that I ever got off the internet for making these videos. I don't have subscribers. I don't have anything. All I have is the need to validate the names on this list. All I do is stand on their shoulders. That's all that's left. So if you're looking for a hero, or you're looking for someone to provide you clarity as to what you need to do next, look at the dead. And this is only since Donald Trump's first presidency. Excuse me. If you look into American history, MAGA Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, by being accused of sexual harassment, that was not a black lynching. This is a black lynching. Say their names, cut the shit, and stop supporting fascism. The Rubicon has been crossed. General strike. Millions of people in the street. Surround the Supreme Court and the White House. And do not allow yourself to be killed by these fascists. Don't allow it. I can't say enough that YouTube has become full of watch this now, this person. You know what? Like I said, you don't have to listen to me. All you have to do is look in your wallet, your checkbook, and look at how you feel when you walk out of the house. Look at how oppressed you are. As black people and red people and brown people. Most of all, if you are white people that fell for the okie doke again and helped elect Donald Trump, don't look to us for your answers. Remember, he had all the answers. And now your Christmas is fucked up. Gas is high. You have poison water. Some of you have no job. And you're not going to get your food stamps. And your Medicaid is going to be cut off on January fucking 1. Welcome to the world of black people. Black and brown and red America has been living with this longer than you have. But the election of Donald Trump has revealed how evil white America is. And if you're poor and you're white right now and you're starving, this is what you voted for. The difference is now we have taxation without representation. And the blue states will no longer fund the United States government as of January 1. This is the new general strike. Blue states and everyone who supports us, who has supported red states voting for Republicans, will cease paying taxes next year. We are defunding the Fed. Hashtag that, motherfuckers. This is the woke socialist. Hope that gave you something to think about. Stew on that, MAGA bitches.